Hello, greetings from Ohio and best regards from Carmen. I decided to change my signature intro. I think just simple hi, it was a little bit too boring. Today, we're gonna make mushrooms. Mushroom Marsala vegan style. Might be different, it might not be extremely creamy as the regular mushroom Marsala are, but I'm sure they're gonna be wonderful and tasty. For vegan people like me or my friends or everybody in the world who is vegan, it's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna have 2 boxes of mushrooms. I just purchased them at Costco. You can take them anywhere you want to. I choose to have organic mushrooms, and they are baby portabella mushrooms because I've heard they are a little bit better. We're gonna have 1 onion, garlic, of course, Marsala wine. I'm gonna use probably about 1 cup, and we're gonna need flour and milk, which is gonna be organic soy milk from Silk. That's my preferred milk. If you cannot take soy or any type of beans, you can do almond. I would suggest to get something that's totally not sweet, because the sweetness in milk, it changes the taste of your food. Of course, I'm gonna have ready 2 knives. This is already sharpened, but for the onion, I'm gonna use the small one. This is my preferred and special knife that I'm always using. You're just gonna cut the onion in half, and then we're gonna have only 1 slice, small slice, because I don't want them diced. I want to feel a little bit the onion when I'm eating. And from this recipe, I got an idea. I remembered old days. I am very old. Old days when I was very young. We were doing onion saute with polenta. It was different times. I was working and somebody was bringing onion saute. Oh my God, it was the most delicious thing that you could ever taste. Maybe because I was hungry and everybody else was, I don't know, but it's delicious. So that brings my memory, and I'm just going to try to replicate the recipe. I might need to call Medi. Her name is Medi. She's a sweet friend of mine from the days when I worked in Romania at a company. So this is my onion. See how I cut it? Slices. So it's tough. It's big. It's not diced. I want it big. And this onion, the whole onion, I'm gonna use it for the entire dish. And right now, I save this box for the residue, just in case I have some black marks on the mushrooms and I'm not gonna use. I'm just gonna do a rough slice on these mushrooms. And remember, you might think that 2 boxes are a lot, but mushrooms, they lose a lot of water, and you're gonna have a little bit of food. From 2 boxes, probably you can make food enough for 4 people. And especially because it's vegan time and vegan season, you definitely have to prepare to fill your plate if it's only vegetables and you don't use any other protein. Even though they say mushroom sometimes replaces the meat, texture-wise and taste-wise. So I think it's a good addition for somebody who is vegan, just to use mushrooms in their dishes. You can choose to cut them like big pieces or smaller pieces or thinner pieces. All depends how do you like the texture of the mushroom. I was just thinking about that right now. I was thinking that I might have like cut them a little bit too thin. So I'm gonna start doing them a little bit bigger. so we can have a little bit more consistency when we eat them. You actually can feel them on your mouth, on your taste buds, palates. You can taste them better. I'm gonna continue cutting all these mushrooms. It's gonna take probably 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not gonna bore you with these, but you see how it's done. And this garlic, I could have crushed like I did yesterday, but I just wanted slice. So I'm gonna crush it a little bit with my big knife, and then I'm gonna cut it and put it next to the onion, and then I'm gonna saute these. The process I've learned is caramelization. I'm gonna caramelize all that. For me, onion, if I fry it too much, if I caramelize it too much, it's gonna have a different taste and I don't like it. So I'm just gonna do it a little bit, not overdo it, just until they're gonna get translucent or shiny. That's my preferred consistency for onions, and then they're gonna boil along with the mushrooms. So of course I diced my garlic. You know, mushroom, in my opinion, without garlic doesn't have much taste. So make sure that you put garlic. And of course, I forgot to mention, you need something to garnish. With this dish, a lot of parsley can be used. You can use dill too. You notice I never say something else. Just because I grew up with parsley and dill, I didn't know before I came in America cilantro. One day from mistake I got cilantro from the store, and I brought it home and I put it in soup, and everybody was thinking, oh my God, what kind of parsley they have here? It's different than ours, tastes different, smells different. We were looking at the leaf and they were like, looks like parsley. It might be a different parsley. Later on, maybe 1 year later, I found out there are two kinds, and cilantro and parsley is something totally different. And now I know where to use cilantro, where to use parsley. I learned from my mistakes. I'm gonna continue to cut the mushrooms, and I'm gonna show you the process, how I'm gonna do them in meantime. Now I'm gonna just drop all these onions and garlic, and I'm gonna stir it for a few minutes. I want to mention in this video my friend Dana. This is actually a tribute to Dana. She is the best in mushroom knowledge and selection and picking. She can pick mushrooms out of the woods and knows which one you can eat and which one they make the best. Whatever she wants to make, either to pickle, either to make saute, or to just fry them in a pan with butter. I'm just gonna tell you, Dana, a big shout to you. You're the best in mushroom selections, and these better turn out good, because this is the tribute to Dana, and I know she's gonna love this dish. But she might need to make another vlog, because she's the best in cooking mushrooms also. So I might be ashamed a little bit, but I'm still gonna try. I made this many mushrooms, cut up mushrooms from one box. I will drop them in the pot, and then I'm gonna stir for about 2 minutes or 3 until they're gonna release the water. So they're gonna make room for the other box to come, because I cannot place both of the boxes on the same time because the pan is not large enough. But after they're gonna heat a little bit and they're gonna release the water, I'm gonna have room for the other box to cut and add to the food. You can see one box filled probably a half of the pan. I'm gonna just stir it for maybe about a minute or two, and they're gonna shrink, release the water, and I can add the other box. Now they boiled for about 5 minutes, and they shrank, they release the water, and they half in size. So now I can add my other box of mushrooms, and after they're gonna release the water and they're gonna shrink inside, I'm gonna add the Marsala wine that I have here. If you want to know where to get it, I got myself this wine at Marsala. Actually, my husband did, because I'm not a very good wine buyer. I let him buy. I just told him, like, I need some Marsala wine, and then he went and he got it for me. I can tell you Marsala wine has a little bit of different taste than the regular wine, so probably that's why it's used in food preparation. And I'm gonna tell you something, I didn't add salt, so I'm gonna add salt. And of course I have to admit that I lied about something, about garlic. I'm always adding more garlic than I'm saying initially. I think by sauteing that garlic, it kind of like loses its power and its properties, and you're not gonna taste a lot of garlic in the food. So I'm gonna add at the end 2, 4, 6 cloves of garlic, but only at the end when the food is gonna be ready and done, because I want to preserve the garlicky taste. Now I'm gonna continue to stir until they're gonna be softened, and they're gonna shrink in size, maybe half. And then I'm gonna add Marsala wine, and we'll go from there. I wanted to show you how they boil, and to add the fact that I didn't add any water. All these that you see here, it's from the mushrooms. They have a lot of water and they release a lot of water. You just have to be patient with them to allow them to release the water. Please do not add water thinking that the dish will be dry or that they're gonna burn when you put them in a pan. Just constantly stir for about 2 minutes, and you'll see how as soon as the heat is gonna touch them, they will release the water that they have in them. My mushrooms were boiling for about 10 minutes on high. I want the water to evaporate, and right now I'm gonna just add this Marsala wine, and I have in here probably about a cup, and I'm gonna add it all. I did 5 times mushrooms from one Marsala wine bottle. So this is I don't know how many milliliters, probably 750, and I used it 5 times. Now I'm gonna let it boil with the wine, because I want the wine to evaporate the alcohol in the wine, and I don't want anybody to get drunk because they eat my mushrooms. I have here parsley, and I wanted to add, please do not throw away the stems. They are very, very good in food, and they contain a lot of nutrients and vitamins, and please do not throw them away. A trick for this kind of like green stuff is not to boil them a lot, because you don't want to destroy the vitamin C in them, which is getting destroyed first when you boil something fresh. So just add it to the end, and you're still gonna have the same great taste. But please do not throw away the stems. They make a good addition to your food. Just cut them slow, dice them very small. We reached the end of our mushroom saute. You can tell the water evaporated. We do not have so much water. We still need a little bit of water, but moisture, but not too much. Please do not forget to add pepper, as I have a new addition on my kitchen, a pepper thing. So you can add, I don't know how big is this, tiny little spoon of pepper. Pepper is an antioxidant and is very good for you. As long as you don't make it spicy, it's gonna be okay. Now it's time to finish the dish, and my mushrooms are still boiling. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of flour. I'll see if I need to add 2, but 1 tablespoon of flour. I'm gonna just sprinkle it, and I'm gonna mix it. Maybe a tablespoon is enough. I don't need to add. And I found a big garlic in there that I forgot to cut, and I took it out. I can crush it at the end. I'm gonna pause the video so I show you how it looks. And now you see the flour is incorporated, and I don't have no more liquid because when you add flour it thickens. And I'm gonna just add some milk. You have to stir very well and rapidly because you don't want to have clumps. And now you have to let it boil because it's gonna thicken because of the flour. You can add some more if you want to. All depends how much sauce you want to make. If you want a lot of sauce, I'll suggest you put 2 tablespoons of flour and then you add more milk. This is soy milk, it's organic. So this dish is vegan. And I'm gonna let it boil with the flour maybe for 2 minutes because you want the flour to be cooked. You don't want the taste of raw flour in your mouth. Even though I stirred it a little bit with the hot oil and the hot contact that I had when I first put it in, and that's adding to the cooking process. I tasted it for salt. It has enough salt. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk because I want my mushrooms to have a little bit more texture in them. I mean, I don't want them so thick. I want them a little bit thinner. And right now I'm gonna crush this garlic. I'm well known that I like garlic in my food. So I'm so sorry if you do not agree with me. You do not have to add the garlic. Please do not. I want you to make dishes that you and your family will enjoy it. And if garlic is something that your family doesn't enjoy it, you don't have to add it. But probably I had so much garlic in my life that I cannot even, garlic addicted or something, and I totally have a high tolerance to garlic. So I do not taste garlic in my dish. I'm gonna mix it. Not even for a minute, for a little bit. And I think I'm done. I'm gonna add parsley, which I chopped previous. Mix it. Turn off the heat. Be ready to serve. My family will want some French fries with this, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's a great combination if you want to make a Oriental salad or something that's going to be made with boiled potatoes. You can do that. Actually, it's a good idea. For next time, I'm going to show you how I make my Oriental salad. It's done. I'm done. Probably it took me, with the whole cutting process and all that, about an hour. But if you pre-cut your things, mushrooms and all that, the stove process, it's probably 30 minutes or less. But enjoy it. It's a good, delicious, and full of protein dish. Vegan also.